guys, welcome to my channel, Cooking with Freddie, and today we will be making baby back ribs. Whoo, child, they're gonna fall right off the bone, child. Whoo. So this is the brand that I'm using, SmithField, and I got it from Walmart, and I got 2 of them, okay? I got 2 of them because I'm making enough for like 4 people, okay? So each person's gonna get half a rack. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean my ribs, okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to rinse them a little bit to take some of the blood off. Then after that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn them over. And you see that back layer of the rib that is covering the bones? We're going to go ahead and we're going to remove that off of the ribs, okay? I'm going to put my knife up underneath, and then I'm just going to go ahead and try to get try to get that little part, and I'm just gonna pull it down until all of it has gotten off of the ribs. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it just like that. It's very easy to come off. It don't take much for it to come off. All right, so then as you guys can see, I missed a little piece. Some of it didn't come off, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing with my knife. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it under there, and then after that I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull the remainder off. That part was a little hard for me to pull off. Yeah, I don't know. It was making me work. It was making me work. It was giving me a run for my money, but I was able to go ahead and remove it. It wasn't, it got the right one today. Hey, think you ain't going to be removed. You getting removed, all right? So I went ahead and I did the same thing to the other one. I went ahead and I put my knife up under it until I was able to pull it off. And I was able to pull this one completely off at one time. This is what we're looking for right there, baby. Whoo, yes, child. All right, so when we're done removing that part from the meat, we're just removing it because I feel like it makes that part less tender. So that's why I remove it. If you want to keep yours on, baby, that's your business. That's your food. It's going in your stomach. You go ahead and you leave it in if that's what you want to do. But me, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove mine. All right, so now that I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take off a little excess fat that I see. I just felt like, I don't need that little greasy part right there, so I'm going ahead and I'm removing it. That's something if you want to do, you don't have to do it. It's optional, but I just seen some little excess fat, and I was like, oh, let me just go ahead and remove that excess fat. Ribs already got a lot of fat in it. Let me just go ahead and remove that. I don't need that right there. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get 2 limes, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut up my limes so that I can start cleaning my meat. And I always like to cut the middle piece. I like to take the skin off of it because I feel like it's easier to access the juice without that skin. All right, so now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to squeeze the lime all over that rib, all over those ribs. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna squeeze and make sure I got all that juice. I'm gonna take the lime itself, I'm gonna pass it on the ribs. Make sure you do this to both of them ribs because you're eating both of them ribs. Okay, go ahead and make sure all of that rib got some of that lime. Yes, we're going to flip it over, baby. Don't forget the backside. Don't forget the backside. We're going to go ahead and we're going to take our lime and we're going to rub it all on the backside to make sure we got that side. Don't forget one side of your meat, guys, because we eating both sides, okay? So go ahead and maneuver that everywhere. Make sure all of that rib got some of that lime and all of that lime got some of that rib, child. Yes. All right. We're just going to go ahead and do it like this. And then what we're going to start adding our other things so we can clean those ribs. Okay, we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some lemon juice. You could add lemon or lime, okay? I'm adding a little bit of lime juice right there, lemon juice, whatever. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my sour orange juice. You could use the sour oranges, the one that's not the juice, the real sour oranges, but they hard to find, child, okay? So the juice is easier to find. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the vinegar. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the salt. The salt is not for flavor. The salt is for cleaning. We're going to wash all this off, okay? So remember that this is not for flavor right now. This is for cleaning. All right. And I'm going to have the exact measurements for you in the description box below. So don't worry, okay? Everything will be there for you exactly how much I used. All right. So now I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle some salt. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to clean that meat. We're going to make sure both sides get some of that cleaning marinade. And we're going to go ahead and make sure both ribs got some of that cleaning marinade, okay? All right. Then we're going to go ahead and we're gonna let it sit for a little bit. After I marinate my meat, well, this the cleaning marinade. I let it sit for a little bit, but all this water is gonna get tossed. The ribs is gonna be washed after that because we're just cleaning our meat. This helps us. It helps the meat not have a smell longer. It don't sentir cuit. That's how they say it in Creole. I don't really know how to explain it in English. I always tell y'all that sentir cuit is like a smell. To me, it smells like outside. Okay? It does help your meat. I know some people don't like to clean their meat, and that's okay. But I'm just telling you how we do it because I'm Haitian. So this is the ribs cleaning the Haitian way. Okay? Then I went ahead and I poured some hot water. I boiled some hot water and I poured on those ribs. And that is also a Haitian method. That's how we clean our meat. If you don't want to do that, then baby, you don't do that. But me, we gonna do that. All right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw that water away. We no longer need that. We no longer need that water. We're gonna throw it away. Then I'm gonna take the ribs and I'm gonna take out all the lime pieces that was in there. Those are trash now. We no longer need them. Okay. Then I went ahead and I added some clean fresh water, and I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna clean the meat, and I'm gonna take off any little greasy parts that I see sticking out, anything that I see that needs to be removed. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna remove it. Okay. This is how Haitians clean their meat. I clean just about all my meat this way, except for, let me see, what don't I clean this way? Like when it's fish, I just don't pour the hot water over it, but it still get cleaned like the same way, All right, so here we have some épices. We're gonna use some épices on those ribs. Épices is a Haitian marinade. I have a video on how to make épices. If you don't know how to make épices, I will have the link in the description box below so you can learn how to go ahead and make this marinade for your ribs. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to take the épices and we're going to put it everywhere on the ribs. Listen, you guys, if you don't know, now you're going to know. This marinade have bell peppers, onions, garlic, Maggi, salt, oil, what they call them, green onions. So this marinade got everything that you need. Okay, this thing is gonna be well marinated. Okay, well marinated. It got everything that you need. It got onions, everything, child. I'm like I told you, it's gonna be a description if you don't know what épice is. But if you already know, then you know this épice. Then you know what épice is, and you know what épice do. Okay, hey. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna pass that everywhere. I'm not using my hands because I got my little nails, you guys. My nails cute or whatever, and I just ain't want to use my hand, and I ain't had no gloves, so I'm doing it this way. But if you don't want to do it this way, you could go ahead and put your hands in there. Make sure all of that got some of all of that, okay? But I'm still doing everything to make sure that seasoning get everywhere with the spoon. I felt like it was doing a good job. I ain't had to intervene with my hands, okay? So now I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to add my seasoning. I'm going to add some adobo. I added some all-purpose seasoning. I'm going to go ahead, what else? I'm going to go ahead and, I think that's about it. All-purpose and adobo. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure I mix that everywhere. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to flip the ribs over, because don't forget about the other side, because you got to eat both sides, okay? When I flip the ribs over and that thing is well marinated with épices, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to also add my other seasoning. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just add my other seasonings. So here we go. Flip it over right here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the, all-purpose seasoning again. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little adobo. I wanted to tell you guys, when adding this seasoning, okay, this extra seasoning, you don't got to go ham, okay? You don't got to go hard. Just add a little bit of seasoning now, because remember, this épice already got a whole bunch of things in it, okay? So you just gonna add a little bit, okay? You don't gotta be too generous, just a little bit. You see, that's enough. Just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. It just got touched, basically. We ain't being very generous with the seasoning right now, because you have to remember the épice already is a seasoning within itself. So what you don't want to do is you don't want this to be salty. So don't get too happy with the seasoning. Don't be too generous with the seasoning. Be greedy, be selfish. Okay? Be selfish. Don't be too giving with the little seasoning, because baby, that's all the seasoning you need right there. You don't need no more seasoning, because your épice already got some seasoning. Now you want to go ahead and get happy with the seasoning. You're gonna go ahead and be mad when your food is done cooking and it's salty. So don't be generous with the seasoning when you're making these ribs. Be very selfish with them. Just add a little bit, just to say you have put some in there. Okay? All right, I done told y'all now. So if you don't listen, it's your business, but I told you. All right, and this is how the ribs look when I'm got done marinating them, you guys. Yes. Aren't they so beautiful? Whoo, let me go ahead and give this ribs a moment of silence for the beauty that it holds. Yes, child. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and cover it with aluminum foil. I went ahead and I put those bad boys in my refrigerator overnight. So you know this is going to be fire. Hey, yes. All right. And this is how the ribs look. This is how the ribs look when I pull them out of the refrigerator in the morning time. You know the seasoning got in there now. It got soaked in there because them things were sitting for about 24 hours. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cover them bad boys back up and I put them in the oven. Yes. And I put them in the oven for like 3 hours, you guys, at 360 degrees. And this is how it looked when they came out. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, yes. You guys, these ribs is falling right off the bone. Let me let you see. Let me let you see. Let me let you see. You see that right there? You see that right there? You see how that thing just falling off? Look, 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 look. Whoo, boy, you see how that bone just fell off? I ain't even do no work for that. I ain't even do no work for that. Yes. All right, so now I went ahead and I tasted it, and it was good. I was like, okay, oh yeah, you guys like my nails. In the process of doing these ribs, I went and got my nails done. I have to show you guys. I was feeling them really, 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 really bad. They was looking, they look nice. Okay, don't hate. They look nice. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so I went ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and put my barbecue sauce on my ribs now. Okay, and remember, you guys, you could use whatever kind of barbecue sauce you so desire. I like Sweet Baby Ray's. If you don't like Sweet Baby Ray's, then baby, don't use Sweet Baby Ray's, but that's what I like. I like hickory. I used hickory, but I like the honey better, but I had the hickory already, so I used it, but I like the honey one better. Okay, so you're going to put as much as barbecue sauce as you want, okay? And you're going to do, I know I only showed you this side, but you're going to do it front and back, okay, you guys? As much as you want. Then you put them things back in the oven. Or you put them on boil, and you only got to leave it there for like 5 minutes. And it's going to get that beautiful color right there, baby. And that's how you do it, you guys. It don't get no better than that. Woo, I'm trying to tell you, y'all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.